G'day guys, it's Nick from Male Vermin Control. We are finally doing the Thrive HD red dot sight from ZeroTech review. I know it's been 12 months since I did the first impressions on this, so I know there are some people out there pestering me in the comments about when you're going to finally do this video, and it's finally here. What I will cover off on first is my affiliation with ZeroTech. I have no affiliation with ZeroTech. They have not sent me anything. I purchased this myself. So moving on from that, what we'll go on is what you get in the box. So out of the box, you'll get the ZeroTech sight itself, a rubber boot or a rubber protective cover. You'll get a series of Allen keys, a QR code for the manual. I prefer hard manuals, to be honest. It's for me, I can put it in the gun bag and carry on. Not everywhere I go has reception, so I don't generally like that, but I get what they're doing. They're trying to save a little bit of money. You'll get the CR2032 battery as well. And then depending on what you purchase, whether you get the low Picatinny mount or the high Picatinny mount, it'll come with either of that. It is an RMR footprint, so just be mindful of that when you are selecting this, and if you do want to change mount, or if you want to mount this to a pistol, it'll need to be able to accept RMRs. Or if you're just running a pick rail on rifles and stuff like that, no issues, because that's the mounting system that it comes with. It has a 50,000 hour battery life, and again, like I said earlier, it takes the CR2032, which is a common battery for sighting systems like this, and also on illuminated reticles, they generally use that battery as well. The battery life, as I mentioned, was 50,000 hours, but it also has the ability to do shake awake, so it will, if you've put it in a safe and stored it there, pick it up, it'll wake itself up, and it does that, or it deactivates at about 3 to 5 minutes. The dot that it comes with is a 3 MOA red dot, just a generic red dot. There's no fancy red dot in this. I do know that you can purchase other ones with the other kind of, it's like an internal red dot, and then there's a bigger circle around it. You can get that kind of system, and you can also get this in a green setup, which is better for people that have astigmatism. Again, I think I do have one, but I don't really, it's not a drastic one, so it's not a real big issue for myself. But however, if you do suffer from that, by all means get the green red dot. It's supposed to be a little bit better for you. And the adjustments on the windage and elevation are a max at about 90 MOA. So you get a fair amount of adjustment from it. The adjustment itself is 1 MOA clicks at 100 yards or 100 meters. None of the warranty issue I had. So the warranty issue I ran into was that the emitter was reflecting the up etching from the elevation adjustment onto the actual glass itself. Now this is either a coating issue or it's potentially an issue with how far the emitter is from the up etching. That's why it's reflecting. I sent it off thinking it was an issue with the sight, but it turned out that the new sight that I got was also faulty in that sense. So I think it's just a common thing that happens with this sight. So this is all just speculation for me, but what I think is happening is because the etched up signal is so close to the emitter here, that's what's causing it to reflect, whereas a lot of other red dots that I've used, this symbol is either over onto the right hand side or it's further back, and then the body of the actual red dot's a little bit bigger so that it doesn't actually hit that. So that's what I think it's, that's what I think is personally going on. The other issue that I ran into as well is I'm pretty sure there's no, it's not parallax free at all. There is some parallax. So therefore, if you're shooting at longer ranges, your head has to be 100% correctly behind the sight, otherwise you may miss the target. I'll show you a little video again of that and of how I've tested that out. Now, my actual thoughts and opinions on it, or what I recommend this for. Now, I recommend this for a cheap little farm sight for a rifle. Now, like, I can't recommend it for comp shooting unless it's a secondary sight in that 45 kind of offset sort of sight. The reason for it is because I highly recommend that you have a top-notch quality sight for any kind of competitions you're going to do, and this is just a quick get you onto target and then either transfer to the other sight that some people use for PRS, or you could you could do quick follow-up shots at 100 meters with this with no issue. But I personally can't recommend it as a primary sight for any comps. I haven't tested this out on pistol, so I can't tell you how it functions in that capacity. But I have been hunting with this, and I have used this for target shooting. Now, whilst I was out shooting with it, I did have a lot of fun with it, but again, I'm just going to constantly go back to, it's a cheap, fun sight, essentially. It'll hold zero fine as long as it's torqued correctly and it's set up correctly. It'll do all that sort of, but you just can't expect like high image quality or glass quality in that aspect just because of how cheap it is and where it's made, essentially. So at the end of the day, what I'm getting at is you get what you pay for. You know, it's the $350 to $300 mark, and that's just it. The other thing that I found a little bit of a bugbear is that the windage and elevation adjustment is a hex head, similar to like an Allen key adjustment. I prefer the ones that are just like a little screwdriver adjustment, just because I can adjust them a lot easier out in the field. Now, people are going to go, you know, that's not that big of a deal. You can just put that in your tool bag or your little bag that you use when you go out hunting. And yes, I do agree with that, but I prefer to not have little finicky hex head screws in that kit when I can just use a screwdriver. Again, it comes down to personal preference. I personally don't like it. There's other people out there that do like it. A bonus though from that is that the screw correction, when you're adjusting the windage or elevation, it's nice prominent clicks that you can hear when you're doing it. So that is one benefit to that. Which is a nice adage. The other thing that's a really good adage or added to this is the rubber cover for the sight. That's really good for storing in your gun bags or in your safe. I really do like that. Definitely highly recommend putting that on when you are storing it or putting it in the rifle bag. But again, at the end of the day, what I will say is you literally get what you pay for. So don't expect top-notch quality when it's only about $300 to $350. Expect some issues from there. You can still use the sight, no issues, but you just can't expect the picture to be 100% clear. Now, that kind of ends my thoughts and opinions on it. So I appreciate the people that have been messaging me to get this video out. It is finally now out. So please share it around and like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for the support.